Manoj Kumar, Assistant Professor of Botany, Government Degree College, Peddapalli. Today class, the Megasporangium, the plant in plants Megasporangium, that is ovule, types of ovules and integments of ovules. So we discuss Megasporangium. So introduction of Megasporangium. The megasporangium are the ovules located within the ovary, arise from the placenta, consist of nucellus and integument. So the megasporangia are ovule located, where it is located? In gynoecium have three parts, ovary, style, sigma. So these ovules are present in ovary. So arise from the placenta. Where ovules arise from the placenta consist of nucellus and tegments. What is the part of the ovules? Nucellus and integments. So ovules have only two parts, that is the nucellus and integument. Initially, it is attached to the placenta on the inner wall of the ovary by means of stalk called funicles. So the ovules are attached to the placenta in the ovary inner wall. So a mature ovule shows an opening called micropyle, and the basal region of ovule where is the funicle is attached is called hilum. Within the nucellus, a female gametophyte or the embryo sac is present. So this is the ovule showing different parts. You can see where the funicle, hilum, raphe, at the same time chelaza, embryo sac, nucellus, integument, outer integument, inner integument. These are the parts. So that mainly you identify three parts. What is the chelaza? So chelaza micropyle, at the same time integments. These are the main parts of the ovule. Types of ovule. Mature ovules are classified into 6 types based on the position of micropyle with respect of funicle and chelaza. So the ovules are 6 types based on the main three aspects, that is the micropyle, funicle and chelaza. The position of the micropyle, funicle and chelaza, based on these aspects the ovule is classified into 6 types. Number 1, orthotropous or straight ovule. Second one, anatropous or inverted ovule. Third one, emitropous and hemi-anatropous ovule. Fourth one, campylotropous or curved ovule. Fifth one, ambitropous or transverse ovule. Last one, the succinotropous. So the first one, orthotropous or straight ovule. In this type, the ovule is erect, straight, so that the funicle, chelaza, micropyle lie on the same vertical line as in members of Polygonaceae and Piperaceae. So, orthotropous, how the ovule is erect and straight. The funicle, chelaza, micropyle is in the one straight line, vertical line. The position of the funicle, chelaza, micropyle is the vertical line. So, best example, the orthotropous ovule or straight ovule is the Polygonaceae and Piperaceae family members. So, second one, anatropous or inverted ovule. In this type, the ovule bends along the funicle so that the micropyle lies close to the hilum. So, anatropous or inverted ovule, the ovule bends along the funicle. So that the microphile lies close the hilum. Hilum means the funicle attached area is called hilum. So the chalaza lies at the other end. This is the commonest type of ovule found both in monocots and dicots. Simply, the orthotropous ovule inverted 180 degrees Celsius. Yes. Turns 180 degrees Celsius. That is the anatropous. Simple. So what is the anatropous? The orthotropous ovules turns 180 degree. That is anatropous or inverted. So this is the figure. In this figure, the microphile and chalaza is the same line, but the funicle is beside the microphile. So in orthotropous, funicle, chalaza, microphile is a vertical straight line. But in the anatropous, what happened? Chalaza and microphile is the same straight line. Microphile, chalaza, microphile is the same vertical straight line. But the funicle is beside the microphile. This is the orthoanatropous. Now hemitropous or hemianatropous. In this type, what happened? You see this. The body of the ovule is straight but twisted in such a way that it is placed transversely at a right angle, that is the 90 degree, and so the chalazal microphile line is the right angle to the funicle. T is found in ranunculus. Very simple. The ovule body a right angle or 90 degrees on the funicle. So the ovule body a right angle or 90 degrees on the funicle. So what happens? Chalaza and microphile is the straight line, but the funicle is 90 degrees to the ovule body. So a right angle the ovule body. This is the hemianatropous. Hemianatropous. So hemianatropous is commonly seen in ranunculaceae members. So now campylotropous are curved ovule. In this type, same as well is the transverse ovule bent round like horseshoe, so that the microphile and chalaza do not lie in the same line as in Capparis, Cruciferia, Miraculous, Jalapa, etc. Member shows this type of ovule. So campylotropous curved ovule, how it is? Same anatropous, same hemianatropous, but the ovule body is curved. At the same, the ovule body is curved. So the microphile and chalaza is not in straight line, So the body is bended on funicle. That is the campylotropous or curved ovule. These ovule commonly seen in Capparis, Cruciferae, Miraculous, Jalapa, etc. members are common in. So now transverse. Transfer. Now amphitropous or transfer. So in this type, ovule is placed transversely at the right angle to the stalk or funicle found in Alismaceae beautiful. So amphitropous or transfer ovule as well as you see at the hemitropous, but hemitropous the body is bent but the embryo sac is not bent. So in amphitropous the body bent on the funicle, at the same time embryo sac also curving. So main difference between the amphitropous and hemianatropous, both are the look like same, but hemianatropous embryo sac not showing curve, but amphitropous or transverse ovule, the ovule body curved, at the same time embryo sac also shows curve. So this is the small difference between the hemianatropous and amphitropous ovules. So the final one is the cercinotropous. The funicle in the case is especially long that it creates a nearly full circle around the ovule whose microfile is ultimately pointing upward. So what is the cercinotropous? The ovule is orthotropous, but the funicle is, it creates a full circle around the ovule. So simply the ovule turned 360 degrees. So what happened? The funicle is a circle around the ovule, that is called cercinotropous ovule. Anatropous are subsequently the microfile again points upward in fully mature ovule as in Opuntia and Plumbago. This is common in Opuntia and Plumbago members. Now integments. So integments means the ovule body covered by one or two layer, that is called integments. Usually the ovule possesses either one or two integments. If one segment having, that is unitegmic ovules. If two integment, that is called bitegmic ovules. The number is constant in most families and rarely unitegmic and bitegmic ovules occurs in same family. So most of the families is common, but some families have both unitegmic and bitegmic ovules present. So in the Archiclamidae and Monocotyledons, most genera possess two integments, but a few members possess only one. Archiclamidae and Monocotyledon, most genera possess two integments, but a few members possess only one. The unitegment ovule characteristic of sympatile in Bentham and Hooker classification, that is the Gomopetala, where it is generally massive in structure. In some plants, third integments or aerial is also present. In many plants, the outer integments becomes fleshy or juicy and is known as Sarcotesta. So we will see integments. This is the bitegment, this is the unitegment. So the bitegment is always polypetale and monocotyledon. Unitegment present in Gomopetala. So these are the ovule type figures. This is the the figure A is the orthotropous. Both chalaza, microfile and funicle is a vertical line. So now B is the cercinotropous. Cercinotropous is the funicle around the ovule. The funicle, and that's why the ovule body turned 360 degrees. The funicle one circle around the ovule, that is the cercinotropous. Cercinotropous ovule is the one type of orthotropous, but the funicle is around the ovule body. The C is the anatropous. Anatropous is the orthotropous turned 180 degrees. The chalaza and the microfile is a straight line, but the funicle is beside the microfile. So D is the hemianatropous. The ovule body stands on the 90-degree angle on the funicle, that is the called hemianatropous. So next one is the E amphitropous, F compylotropous. So you difference that both are the curved ovule body on the funicle. Both are, but in the amphitropous, the embryo sac also shows curve, but compylotropous doesn't. The embryo sac doesn't shows curve. This is the main difference, but amphitropous and compylotropous. These are the ovule types. Thank you very much, students.